Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today for our first Mindset Meetup. This is so exciting. My name is Mia, and this here is.
I'm Virginia.
Virginia is our wonderful live scriber. You might recognize her as another one of your mindset mentors, but today she is going to be drawing out for us, representing visually what Daryl and I will be discussing in today's session. Hello there, Daryl. Oh, look who's joined us. So if you've been following us on the Share the Mindset Instagram, you will have seen the 3 skills which we are going to be discussing today. In order, those are non-judgmentally, thank you, Virginia, describe and participate. So today we want to help you guys get to grips with these mindfulness skills. So if you have any questions, any problems, any troubleshooting, please put that in the Q&A box and we will read them out to you on screen for some answers from Daryl, or maybe, like some creative feedback from us. I can see people saying hello, and I also want to say hello. It is great to meet you guys, although it's, like through a screen and, we can't see you, but it's awesome either way. Okay, so to get started, we're going to do a 3 to 4 minute grounding exercise, which Daryl will now guide us through. Over to you. Take it away, Daryl.
Okay, so we're going to do a mindfulness exercise. I'll just explain the purpose of it and what I want you to do. And what it really, mindfulness is about 3 different concepts. One is the control of our attention. Yeah, it's one of the few things that we can control quite easily. So we're going to try and control our attention. We're going to just try and see what we can notice, just noticing things, becoming more aware. And that means not trying to fix anything, but just notice something. And then the other part of it is about accepting things that are difficult, accepting things that we might have trouble with, and practicing our acceptance skills. And you'll learn more about this as we go on. So really the task is just this. We're going to try to control our attention. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just listen to my voice and follow the instructions that I give you. And while I'm giving you these instructions, your mind will wander. There's no doubt that your mind will wander. Everybody's mind wanders. So the skill is not to stop your mind wandering, but the skill is to notice when your mind wanders and to bring it back to my voice in this particular exercise. And what I'll do is I'll start and finish. You'll hear this sound. Mia, you might be familiar with that sound already. So what I want you to do is I just want you to put your feet flat on the floor and rest your palms upturned in your lap. And as you sit, I just want you to see if you can notice all the areas of contact between your feet and the floor. It's probably easier to close your eyes, but otherwise have a soft gaze in front of you. So just notice your feet are on the floor and all the areas and points of contact between your feet and the floor. So the questions that I would have would be, what did you notice? Just what did you notice? Just observing it. So Mia, let's.
So first of all, I noticed lightness in my chest, and I noticed that I was clenching my jaw quite a bit. I noticed that I am sweating quite a lot in here. And I also noticed a judgment, which you just mentioned actually, which was, is this 3 minutes? Is this 3 to 4 minutes? Are we running over? Are we going to have enough time for the rest of the session? But what was important was moving past what I noticed, like first of all, describing the physical sensations so I wasn't swept up in them, and then moving past them just so I could continue to experience and participate in the exercise. And what about you, Virginia?
Well, I noticed there was a tension in my chest was not light. Mine's the opposite. Mine's really tight. And also my forehead, I could feel like something's like squeezing it. And I noticed throughout, I also had kind of like an anxious thought. But then I kind of told myself, this is a mindfulness task and all you have to do is just bring your attention back to the moment and just keep doing it. And it'll be okay.
Yeah, I think that links really well with the first skill that we're going to discuss right now, which is non-judgmentally. I never know if it's non-judgmentally or non-judgmentalness, but also that might be a judgment on the way that I talk about it. So anyway, I'm rambling. Daryl, if you would like to explain to us what the non-judgmental, I'm going to call it now, skill is and how to practice it. And don't forget, if you have any questions, any thoughts about your experience with it, please put them in the Q&A box and we can discuss them. Daryl, over to you.
So there's two kinds of judgments that people have. There are judgments that discriminate and judgments that evaluate. And we all need to make judgments in life. Yeah, we all need to decide whether we're going to eat that lunch that's been in the fridge for 2 days. We all need to judge whether it's going to make us puke or not. We all need to judge whether, how much to study to do an exam. We all need to make judgments, but there are other kinds. And it's these other kinds that all the research is showing is that are actually destroying human beings. Yeah. And so what we know, so the idea of a judgment is about when you add something to reality. When you label something as good, bad, right, wrong, or terrible, yeah, or you judge something as worthwhile or valuable or not, yeah, because what's valuable to one person isn't necessarily valuable to someone else. Yeah. So what the theory is, and what you see with people that are judgmental, is that you see extreme judgments lead to extreme emotions, and extreme emotions lead to extreme thinking, and extreme thinking leads to extreme actions. And you can see this even at the moment with the war that's going on in Ukraine, right? So what people have lots of emotions, the Russian government, lots of emotions, and it's leading to, extreme thinking about a different country and a bit different type of people. And this is led to, and it leads to wars. But not only does it lead to wars, it leads to wars inside ourselves as well. And what this skill is really designed to do is to separate the need to evaluate something with the need to judge something. Yeah. So what describing does is it allows us to put words on our feelings, and describing is really useful for people that really like to second guess. They're always trying to second guess people's motives and intentions and things like that. So Mia, if I said to you, it's really late and I'm tired, what do you think my intention is?
I mean, I think that your intention would be to point out that you've been awake for a long time and that maybe you want to stop doing whatever it is that we are doing so that you can either rest or go into something else.
No.
No?
No. So what would my motivation be?
I mean, if I was going to be quite judgmental about this, I would say that your motivation would be to make me feel bad. That's kind of a way of thinking that I might have gone through before.
Sure, but you're actually guessing, aren't you?
Yeah, completely. Got no idea what's going on.
Yeah. What if I said to you, I'd like to go, I'm going to go to bed in a minute. I'm going to go to bed in 10 minutes. When this is finished, I'm going to go to bed and sleep. You just know, don't you? And there's a difference between doing that, because you see, some people, what they do is they have, people have problems when you're really guessing what someone's intentions are, when you're really guessing what someone means by something, the possibilities for misinterpretation are huge. And so what we're asking people to do more is to sort of unglue themselves from their interpretations and opinions. It's just to ask them just to describe the facts, just to describe things like who, what, when, and where things have happened. The things are happening, rather than making these huge statements about stuff.